Then, look who's back home in Santa Barbara.
Mason, good to have a home to come home to.
And he's not quite the same.
Don't tell me you miss the old unenlightened me.
But come on, Mason always has a plan.
Still don't believe it, do you, Dad?
All right, Mason, what do you want?
Santa Barbara, this week.
I'd also like to add that I have submitted my letter of resignation to the district attorney's office, effective immediately. And from now on, I will be devoting all of my time and energy to Lily Light. I'll be her chief financial and legal advisor.
That's a pretty radical career change, isn't it, Mr. Capwell?
Well, Miss Light has taught me that there's more to life than what I've been pursuing, and it's a welcome awakening.
Does this mean that you're a convert?
It means I'm a believer in what Miss Light stands for.
Care to tell us what that is?
Well, I've got a better idea. Why don't you all come to her tent meeting tonight? It's her formal introduction to the Santa Barbara community, and I promise you, you'll be as impressed as I was. And I know that there are countless others out there who, like I, had lost their sense of direction, looking for someone or something to believe in. Miss Light is that someone, and I urge everyone to attend the meeting tonight.
Are you going to miss working in the DA's office?
Now, my work there was like the labors of Hercules, unappreciated, unsung, and often unsavory. Too often I was asked to perform dishonest or disreputable acts. From now on, I intend to devote my life only to constructive, positive enterprises that serve the public welfare.
Damn him! Damn him! How dare he? If he thinks he can get away with that kind of ridiculous slander and impugn the office of the district attorney, he's got something else coming.
Well, I wouldn't get so upset if I were you. He's probably just putting on an act. There's no way that Mason could have flipped over some phony evangelist. There's probably something in it for him.
Oh, I don't know. He sounds off the edge to me.
Oh, come on. Can you imagine Mason's soul being saved by anyone, let alone someone named Lily White?
No. Lily Light.
Light, White, either way, I don't think it's possible.
Either way, I'm going to stop this gratuitous slander.
You're making a mountain out of a molehill, Keith. It's just a phase Mason's going through. It, too, shall pass.
I'm not going to let it run its course. I'm going to nip this in the bud right now.
Well, I don't consider it being saved, per se, but I do feel like I've been spared for some higher purpose. Having faith is like having a shield to ward off evil, temptation.
Now.
We are having a minor crisis here. We have lost some of our files.
I don't care about files. Excuse me, I'm trying to watch my brother. You know, I think Mason has lost his mind.
What is so newsworthy about that? Seems to me half of your family's crazy, and so are you for being so preoccupied with them.
You know, you are the most opinionated, self-righteous person I've ever met. You've got something unpleasant to say about everything, Jane.
All I said was you're preoccupied with your families. You are.
You said my family is crazy.
Well, they are.
You know, now I know why so many DJs have been in and out of this stupid radio station. You drive them out of here, Jane, with this Conan the Barbarian act of yours. You know, between you and Haley, I've had it. I don't know why I cannot find a sweet-natured woman.
Someone like Roxanne.
Yeah, maybe that is what I need.
Well, I hope you get her. It'd serve you right. And don't worry about the files. I'll get them myself.
Oh!
And in closing, I'd like to remind everyone that our meetings are open to all, and I hope you will all come.
Thank you, Mr. Capwell.
Thank you, John.
It's incredible. I mean, it's really incredible. I thought last night was some kind of momentary madness, that Mason had dropped a marble or two, that he'd pick them up again this morning. Turns out he's lost all of them.
No, I think it's kind of pleasant. At least the sarcasm is gone.
Impossible. It's impossible. All has changed. It's too abrupt. It's too radical. And why does Mason insist that Lily Light has all the answers?
I don't know.
Thank you. I think I'd like to hear her in person. I'm going to drop in on that tent meeting tonight.
I get it. Lionel, good morning. Come in, please.
Good morning. Is Cece here?
Yes, he is. Have you heard anything?
Lionel?
Cece? Yes, I heard from Augusta's kidnappers. They said to come here that they'd phone me here. Well, it should be any minute now. And they'd give me the rest of the instructions about where to make the drop.
When do they want it?
Well, all I know is that they want it today. They said to come here and they'd phone me here.
Oh, no.
I'll take it.
Ben?
Hello. Yes. Just a minute. It's them.
Hello.
Listen carefully, Lockridge. I don't want to have to repeat this. You take the money and go to the Capwell boathouse noon today. You come alone and don't try anything if you want to see your wife alive. After you've handed over the money, she'll be released.
No, I'm not handing over any money until I see Augusta, until I know she's safe.
Turn the money over or Augusta's dead. That's the deal.
What'd they say?
They said that I have to bring the money to your boathouse at noon. They're sending a man there, and they say they'll release Augusta when they have that money.
Well, that's fine. We can plant a man or two in the boathouse, and we can follow that man after he makes the pickup.
No, absolutely not.
Why not?
Because they said to do it that way, and I want to make sure she's going to be safe.
Lionel, don't be a fool. You can't just hand over the money without at least seeing Augusta.
You heard me. I asked for that. He said no police and no interference. We're going to do it that way.
All right, Lionel. We'll do it your way, but I'm going with you to the boathouse.
You can't.
Now, you listen to me. You think I'm letting you and that kind of money out of my sight? Don't kid yourself. Either I go to the boathouse or you don't get the money.
I don't suppose I have a choice, do I?
You got nothing to say about it. Come on, let's get this thing together.
Haley! I'm so glad you're here.
Angie and I need to talk to you.
Good. I've been wanting to talk to you, too. Come on in.
I'm going to ask you a question. I want you to be honest with me, all right?
Of course. You know I will.
Were any of those things that Santana said about you true?
What things?
Planning the drugs. Switching her pills to get her hooked.
Certainly not. Those lies were a product of a very sick mind. You saw the shape she was in.
Ted thinks you did it.
Ted. Well, Ted's a Capwell, and they all hate me.
Gina, I myself know how much you hated Santana and how much you wanted Brandon back.
I can't believe you would take the word of an admitted drug addict. I'm giving you my word. I couldn't do any of those things. You gotta believe me.
I want to.
Well, then do. After all, we're family. We gotta stick together. We gotta trust each other.
It's hard to trust you these days. Look, Gina, I know you're not as bad as people say. I just needed to come and talk to you face to face about this.
Well, you were right. I'm glad you did. You should ask me questions if you ever have any doubts. Just hope you don't anymore. I think Brandon going to live with Cece is a good thing. I'm glad it happened.
Why? You hate him.
There's a fine line between love and hate, Haley. And if someone has something that you need and want enough, it's pretty easy to forgive them. Pretty soon I'm going to have everything I want.
What do you want?
I can't explain it all to you now. But when Kelly comes back to town and she's able to stand trial, I'll have everything that used to be mine and everything that's still coming to me.
May I ask what you're up to?
Yeah. You sure do look beautiful on this bright and cheerful day, Courtney.
Well, Uncle CC told me that you were in town and that Kelly just left.
Oh, really?
No calls, Pearl? Nothing? Uncle CC didn't say so, but I've got the idea that he's keeping Kelly safe until he can prove that she's innocent. I'm just surprised that you didn't go off with her.
What do you mean, go off with her? I've got my own case to work on, Coy. You know
Why
that.
haven't I heard from you?
I feel bad about this. I'm sorry. I haven't stopped by or called you. I should have. I've just been
busy.
crazed and confused.
Well, where did you stash this one, Pearl?
Where did you get that? This is what I've been meaning to talk to you about. Exactly. There's trouble on the horizon. Why don't you just take that call?
Good morning.
Hey, things going down.
Hey. Has anybody seen Mason?
Well, no, not me.
We're supposed to meet me here.
Ah.
Could I talk to you for a minute?
Sure, why not?
Hey, could you excuse us?
What? What can I do for you, counselor?
Well, you can tell me where Kelly is. I know she's hidden somewhere by her old man. I want to know where.
Well, I actually have no idea, but if I did, I sure as heck wouldn't tell you.
Well, you'd be obstructing justice, my pigtailed friend. You hope you're aware of that. So, if Kelly's sane, she has to stand trial.
Look, I don't know nothing. I haven't seen anything, and I got a ravenous appetite here. So if you'll just excuse me.
Oh, good morning, Keith. Sorry I'm late. Oh, I suppose you're grateful that you're here. You weren't very cooperative on the phone. You caught me at a busy moment. Now that I'm here, what can I do for you? Oh, my mind is filled with questions. But for openers, I hope you were serious about the resignation after what you said about my office. About you personally, Keith. I hope no one misunderstood. And yes, the resignation should be on your desk this moment. Good. Well, tell me why now. Very simple. I no longer need the ego gratification. I'm on a different road now. Path that leads from darkness to light. And the petty ambitions that were once my primary motivation are no longer important. Cut all the highfalutin language. There's no cameras here now, Mason. I mean, it's making me sick, okay? I want you to tell me what's going on between you and this Lily Light character. What's she about? What did she offer you that we couldn't match? Well, I knew you'd be skeptical, Keith, but money has nothing to do with it. Oh, right, of course. Silly me. Is it so hard for you to believe that a man can grow tired of leading a directionless life? Is something wrong with shedding the things that drag us down? You're not being responsive. I asked you what was going on between you and this Lily Light person, and who is she? What's she doing in Santa Barbara? You want to know all that? Why don't you come to the meeting tonight? It just might be your last chance at salvation. Salvation? I don't warn you, you know. You're going to need salvation. And not from the devil. You're going to... What? Keith, come to the meeting tonight. If you'll just open yourself up to her, I think you might find something else inside you other than the suspicious little beast I see before me right now.
When we got down to Mexico, things started coming back to that little girl. I mean, total flashbacks and brilliant technicolor, fleshed out, you know what I mean?
Really?
Yeah, you want a potato chip?
No, thanks.
Okay. What I have to say to you, only between you and me, strictly hush-hush. You got that?
Of course.
Okay. When Kelly started to get better, we figured that they were going to say she was ultimately going to have to stand trial and there was room for a possible conviction there, right? I mean, because nobody was at the scene of the crime to prove what actually went down. So, Mr. C, the genius that he is, has a brainstorm. Why not ship his little girl out of town, right? Until such a time as we can come up with some proof. So, that's where she is. Someplace else, out of town.
Well, I don't understand how Alice fits into all
No,
this.
Alice doesn't. She's a totally different chapter in this endless saga. McIntosh told me that Alice has the answers to what happened to my brother. So naturally, I'm asking the questions, right?
So you helped Alice break out of the hospital?
What do you mean I helped her break out? I broke her out.
Wonderful. Pearl, you're really building quite a reputation for yourself.
Well, listen, I didn't have a choice, Courtney. I mean, I gotta find out what happened to my brother. That's the only way. Hey, Alice. Oh, don't be afraid, sweetie. This is Courtney. Do you remember Courtney?
I want a rundown on this Lily Light character and the scam she's running, and I want it fast.
Well, then find someone who can.
That's interesting. You really think she's important enough to investigate?
Oh, I wish you wouldn't sneak up behind me that way.
All the better to overhear you, my dear. So did you talk to Mason?
He's over the edge, you know. He's talking a language I never heard him talk before. Words like purity and charity.
Oh, please, you worry too much.
Don't do that.
Why not? I thought you liked it.
Not in public. I don't like public displays of affection.
Well, it's hard to keep track of your likes and dislikes these days.
You know, start taking notes. I don't think we should be seen together.
Why?
Let's start believing Santana's accusations.
Boy, are you getting paranoid. All right, fine, I'll leave you alone. But you're investigating Miss Light all wrong.
Is that right? Really? What's the right way?
Well, through Mason. Yes, I know just how to test him.
How?
Oh, by playing on his worst enemy. Old Demon Rum.
So where you been?
I went out.
Well, I could have figured that much for myself. Where?
On an errand. What's the big deal?
Haley, they've been looking for you. You didn't tell us where you were, where you've been.
All right. I went to see Gina, okay? I had to ask her if she had anything to do with Santana, and, she didn't.
Oh, come on, what'd you expect her to say? You know, if you believe anything about Gina, you're crazy, Haley.
I believe her. She's all the family I have.
It doesn't mean that she's telling you the truth. I mean, come on, how can you forget all the things that she's done to get what she wants?
She had to do what she had to do. You know, it was like David and Goliath. She was up against the whole Capwell family. Do you have any idea what that's like?
You know, you are so blind to all of her habits, Haley. It is ridiculous.
I am not. But you don't like her because your father doesn't like her. Whatever Big Daddy says goes, right? Well, there are people who do believe that she had nothing to do with hurting Santana. Gina was the victim this time.
Don't you realize that Gina, Haley, will do absolutely anything she can to destroy our family? Now, you can believe what you want, but that is the truth.
You know something? You love just thinking the worst of people, don't you? The spitting image of your father.
Yeah.
Daddy boy, it's me.
Hi, how you doing?
I want to meet you.
All right, well, let's do it. I'm ready.
Goodness, that was easy.
Well, I figure why complicate things? Just tell me where and when.
I'll be 8 o'clock, and I'll come to you.
Oh, you want to come to the station?
Right there.
All right, terrific. I'll be expecting you.
See you at 8.
Okay.
Well, Ted, once again you've allowed yourself to be seduced by the promise of feminine favors. When are you going to learn that your body is a temple?
Mason?
All right, you came with me. Now, I'd appreciate it if you go.
No, not quite yet.
See, if they see you, there isn't going to be any exchange, you know that?
Well, I don't know if I'm too crazy about leaving you with all this.
We don't have any choice. We can't risk the kidnappers seeing you here. Now, you want Augusta's blood on your hands?
All right. I suppose I can trust you.
I suppose you'll have to.
I do have one thing to say.
What's that?
I do admire your courage in the way you handle all this. No, you'll be fine. You and Augusta both.
Thank you.
In fact, Sophia and I would be very pleased to have you at the wedding.
Well, we'd be happy to be there, assuming we're alive. Now, please leave. So that we are.
Take care of my money.
I don't blame you for being surprised, Ted, but think what a surprise it was for me.
So I don't have to imagine. Would you mind telling me how you got from there to here?
No, it's a simple story. It's so simple you probably won't believe it. I've been drinking for days.
That's not too hard to believe.
No, but let me finish. I woke up in the back of a car and I could hear voices singing. For a minute I thought I'd died and gone to heaven.
That were the State Street Bistro, right?
Ted.
Sorry.
I woke up and I looked out of the car window and then I saw it. It was an enormous tent pitched in the middle of a field. Got out of the car and I walked over to it. I stepped inside. It was very dark except for this blinding white light coming from the front of the tent. I walked toward the front of the tent and she held her hand out to me. I reached up to touch it. And when I did, it was as if I had touched the sun. It felt like my body was being turned inside out. I felt all these emotions run through me, love and forgiveness, 100 others, all racing through my body at the same time. It was as if my body had been turned into a fountain of light. I fell to my knees. All I could do was cry, like a child. I knelt there and just cried for what seemed like hours.
Incredible.
Lily has given me another chance, Ted. Chance to make up for all the wrongs I've done, put my life back on the right track. Come to that meeting tonight. Listen to her for yourself. I don't think you can and not be moved.
Right, I wouldn't miss it for the world. Oh. Except I'm meeting a...
You're meeting a girl. Well, I understand the temptations of the flesh all too well, Ted. You have to learn to resist them.
You learned that?
Given up all my vices, including liquor. Lily says a man can't be truly free until he has.
Well, she may have something there.
This is a tape. Lily's commercials. I want you to play it and let your friends know the word.
I want to, but I can't do that. See, we got this policy.
Don't worry about it. I'll make arrangements. You won't get in any trouble. Just play the tape.
Come on, Alice. Don't hold out on me here. Can you tell me what happened to my brother? Is he used to be a patient of Dr. Rollins at the Institute in Boston. I'm just very afraid that Rollins did something very bad to him. McIntosh. You know the name. You remember it?
Why?
That's right. Dr. Rollins' ex-wife. Now, Kelly and I, your friend Kelly, we went down to Mexico to talk to this McIntosh.
Kelly?
Kelly? Oh, no. She's not here right now, but she'll be coming back soon enough. Anyway, McIntosh told me that you could say something to me about my brother. Is that true, sweetie?
No!
Oh, no, wait a minute. Let's not close this chapter quite so soon. Are you sure?
No!
But you knew his name, didn't you? Can you say it for me? Can you say it? Remember I told you his name?
Brian.
Oh, it's all right. Don't be upset, please. No, don't be scared.
Alice, it's okay. There's nothing to be afraid of.
Don't turn, Lockridge. You got it?
Yes, all of it, right here.
Good. Put it on the ground and slide it over to me, nice and easy.
No, you don't get it. Until I know Augusta's alive. I want to see her.
No way. You don't see her. She'll be released as soon as I call my people and let them know the money's been received.
Nobody touches the money until I know she's unharmed.
You don't make the rules here, Lockridge. We do. Now, if you're smart, we told you to come along.
Wait! What are you doing here? How did you get here?
Take it easy.
Who said you?
I'm working for some.
Tell me who. Come on! It's Capwell, right? You have ruined everything.
Mason, is this just a phase you're going through, or is it something we should be genuinely alarmed about?
Oh, no, I don't think you should be alarmed about it, Dad, but I don't blame you for being puzzled. Or Sophia. It's going to take the family a little while to understand, but they'll adjust to it. To the transition.
Is that what we're seeing, Mason? Is that a transition?
Well, maybe metamorphosis would be more accurate. Like the caterpillar to the butterfly. I'm slowly shedding my cocoon.
I think you're slowly shedding your brain.
I knew it would be an uphill battle to make you understand, Dad, and truthfully, I toyed with the idea of not coming home at all. But Lily taught me that a man has no future unless he comes to terms with his past.
Your Lily certainly knows how to turn a phrase. I can understand why that would appeal to you.
Yeah, she has a remarkable way with words. More importantly, she has a way with emotions.
All right, Mason, all right. You've already explained how you and Lily met. What did you do to get together? I mean, how did you get involved in this business, for want of another word?
I traveled with her from tent meeting to tent meeting. And along the way, we stopped at every church and mission that we passed, and I lit candles for Mary. Lily taught me to accept the fact of Mary's death. And I think I should tell you that I no longer hold you or Julia accountable.
I suppose I should send Lily a thank you note.
There's no need to. It's all in a day's work for her.
Oh, Mason, those things must not have been easy for you to come to terms with.
No, but Lily taught me patience and humility and compassion for myself and for my family.
I see.
I'd really like it if you two came to the meeting tonight. Lily wants you there, too. In fact, she asked me to get you two there early so that she could meet you ahead of time.
Tonight?
We had plans, but I think we can change them.
Good. I think you'll find that she has a significant effect on your lives.
Well, judging by the effect she has on you, it might be a good idea to introduce her to Gorbachev and Reagan.
I get that. Hello? Certainly is. Just a minute. Gina.
Oh, good. Hello, Gina.
Mason, I certainly would like to see you sometime soon.
Well, there's nothing I'd like more.
Well, then, why don't you come over to my place?
Your place?
Sure. Like right away.
All right, fine.
See, it's about 6 o'clock. Why don't you come over, say, 6:30, 6:45?
Well, I'm looking forward to it. I'll see you then. That was Gina. She wants me to come over. Talk about a soul that needs saving. Well, I'm glad you two are coming with me tonight. I'll be back later to pick you up.
Either we are witnessing a genuine miracle, or the biggest con in Capwell history. Care to make a bet?
Well, I think we could use these.
Great. Hey, you want to lay down? There. Now that's better, isn't it? All right, Alice, I'll be right back. What are we gonna do?
I'm not sure.
I want to help, Pearl. What can I do?
Okay, in that case, you remember that research assistant? What was his name? The guy with the bifocals with the bald head?
Henry Samad.
Henry Samad,
Mhm.
okay. I think he might know something about her past. Maybe you could find that out. I mean, I would give anything to have a look at her file.
Okay, I'll see what I can do.
You've come through for me again. I cannot tell you how much I appreciate it.
Well, it's what you do when you love someone.
You know, there's nobody in the world that I care more about than you. You know that.
Well, that doesn't mean you love me.
You are very, very important to me, Courtney. I care about you deeply.
I'm not going to just settle for that, you know.
You know, you're really getting to be pretty handy with those things.
Well, thank you.
Why is it that you've never managed to fix a fancy dinner like this for me?
Well, things aren't always as they appear to be. You see, this isn't really a fancy romantic dinner. No, it's a Venus flytrap. And Mason's the fly. I'm gonna knock him off that high moralistic horse he's been riding and prove that it's wooden.
Oh, forgive me if I have my doubts, but you couldn't even seduce the old Mason.
Thanks a lot, Keith. You know, you can be very insulting sometimes.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to impugn your lack of virtue.
I just wish you could see me work on Mason. I'm gonna put him through an emotional ringer. What do you think?
This classy.
A little champagne, oysters on the half shell, beef Wellington, and maybe finish off with a Grand Marnier souffle.
And you, as the piece to resistance, huh?
You know, I'm very good at what I do, Keith. I don't think you've ever fully appreciated me.
Oh, well, I guess I'm gonna have to correct that. You know, even on crutches, you're awfully appealing.
You just like helpless women.
Don't hold anything against them.
Are you just gonna stand there looking like you want to kiss me, or are you actually going to do it?
I guess I'll just have to kiss you.
Hurry, I've got a lot of work to do.
Gina, Keith, only the weakest souls give in to temptation.
A surprise.
Well, don't let me interrupt.
Oh, no. I was just running along. Listen, nice to see you again. No, I'll talk to you soon.
Happy birthday, Keith.
Right. Thanks for the birthday toast.
This is your birthday, huh? How many of them are you having a year now?
Well, you know, they just seem to come along faster as the years go along.
They certainly do.
Well, I'll be running along.
Oh, Keith, before you go, I know that you've been making inquiries into Lily Light. I want you to know that that's all right. You can look from now till doomsday, but you won't find anything. She's an ordained minister, and she has an unblemished record.
Well, she's luckier than most.
No, she's just better than most, Keith.
And does she know about you and your past?
Yeah, she certainly does. I told her everything. And you know, the strange thing is that as I was telling her, she seemed to know everything before I said it.
What do you know? Really? I mean, she must be a psychic as well as being spiritual. She probably ought to have a license for that. I think I'll just keep digging, you know.
Oh, just so there's no misunderstanding, that really was just a birthday kiss.
Keith's birthday is in December. That's a matter of public record.
Really? Well, it's amazing the lengths some men will go to take advantage of a helpless woman.
It's never easy to throw you off balance, Gina. You should have been a sumo wrestler.
Well, I was certainly taught by experts.
No, thank you.
No champagne? Really?
No, I don't need alcohol or stimulants anymore, Gina.
Right. No, neither do I. I mean, not when I have A genuine stimulant right here at my fingertips.
Table looks wonderful, Gina. Why don't we eat?
I thought you were anxious to see me.
Well, I am. It's amazing how you can work up an appetite finding salvation.
Oh, Mason, it's not going to be one of those evenings, is it?
Okay, sweetie, so what's the scoop here?
Well, I just finished having dinner with Rawlings' assistant, and he says he knows a lot about Alice.
Well, you didn't tell him what I was up to, though, did you?
No, you asked me to get information, not give it.
Very good girl.
So, what'd you find out?
Well, he says that when he went to look for Alice's file to satisfy himself, that there was no file, that all he could find was an entry date of when she entered the hospital 5 years ago. And he said that Alice never received any kind of real therapy, that they kept her in some kind of a drugged state, like a prisoner.
Oh, my... Yeah. Oh, that's great. I appreciate this, Court, very much.
Yeah, well, you know me.
Yeah, I owe you one. Listen. Why don't I talk to you later?
Okay, well, do you need me to come by and help with Alice?
No, I don't think so. I'd like about an hour alone with her. That'd be best. I promise I'll call you right when I get anything.
Whatever.
Hi. Do you have a nice nap? Can you please tell me about my brother now? It's very important that I know. You're my last hope.
I loved him too.
You wrecked the whole setup. You had no right.
I had every right to protect what's mine.
Don't you realize how close we were to rescuing Augusta? She could be dead by now. If any harm comes to her, you'll pay for it with your life.
Don't you dare threaten me. If it wasn't for me, you wouldn't have anything to bargain with in the first place. I put that man there so they wouldn't trick you.
I didn't ask for this kind of help. I told you to stay away. Why didn't you just listen?
Calm down. I want you to calm down, both of you.
Okay. All right, Lon. In view of what has happened, I think we should get Cruz in and take some kind of official action.
I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do at this point. Wait. That could be them. Let me get it. Hello. Whatever you say.
What?
They have arranged for another pickup at 9 o'clock tonight. And they warned me that this time there won't be any more chances. They also want somebody else to make the pickup.
Somebody else? Who?
Julia.
Julia? Why Julia?
She's Augusta's sister. I don't know why.
Lionel, maybe they want to grab her. Don't you see you don't have any choice? You got to call the police now.
Lionel is right.
I don't care what either of you say. I'm calling the shots this time. We're not taking any more chances.
I'm here, Teddy.
Oh, Roxanne, I can hardly see you here.
Turn out the light.
No. Come on, I'm not gonna turn out the light. I want to see you. Come on, it's time for me to see what you look like.
You'll find out soon enough. Come on, humor me this once. And turn out the light like a good little boy.
All right. This is the last time, though.
Just outside Monterey. Lily had cured me of my drinking only a few hours before. Would have been about this time of night that we pulled off the road. She got out of the car and she took me by the hand, led me across the beach and down to the ocean. Do you know what she did then, Gina?
Yeah. I'm sorry.
She led me into the ocean and she baptized me. When the water hit my face, it actually stung me. One of the more profound experiences of my life. It would do you good to wash your sins away, Gina. Do you know what I want you to do for me?
What? I hope it isn't pray. I'm not very good at getting down on my knees yet.
I want you to meet Lily tonight as well.
As well as what?
She's holding a private audience for my family tonight. Will you come?
Oh, Mason, I don't think so. I think it would take more than Lily Lightbulb to save me.
Don't be so sure. You might be surprised.
You're really serious about this, aren't you?
I can't begin to tell you how important it is.
Me? Saved? I wouldn't know what to do with myself.
Start a new life. Live it in peace and harmony. Contribute something to the world.
I tried that with my cookies.
Gina.
All right, Mason. If it's that important to you, I will come.
It's important to you, Gina. That's what makes it important to me.
Mr. Simmons.
Yeah.
Jen, I have that report on Lily Light that you asked for.
Oh, it's really got the picture.
Yes, it's right on top.
Thanks. Thanks for getting us a back.
You're welcome. Thank you. Have a good night.
See you.